Hello, people. Welcome back to Quest for the Best. And today we're going to pick it up with Esper Control. I just added the deck list to the description if you want to look down there. And let's get right into it. Starting out with a clean slate. We saw the end of some beloved archetypes in our last outing. And this one is another archetype that is divisive. Those who love it dearly. Those who hate it probably hate it just as strongly. Esper Control. So what's up in the CGB world today? I went to see Fast and the Furious, or Fate of the Furious, I suppose. That was really a fun movie to go see. If you tend to turn up your nose when absolutely ridiculous action scenes and one-liners happen, it's not the movie for you. But if you find those things enjoyable, turn it up to 11 and go have a good time. Fast cars, shooting stars, all of the lights. And otherwise, been looking over the full set release and the developer video for Amonkhet. So we've got new cards on the way. We know what they will be selected from, over 150 of them. We don't know exactly which cards they'll be. But let's get right to work. We're going to be on the play. Not a great hand. Got the mana we need, but we don't have draw. And this hand possibly does nothing, which is kind of sad. But it's tough to mulligan on the play. Yeah, that's just a lot better. Sweet. I can't think of any one drop I would cast a Declaration in Stone on, which is the only reason to play the Prairie Stream first. But happy Friday to the whole universe. Nothing like a good weekend. I could certainly use one. And I'm going to have a pretty laid-back weekend. It is a holiday weekend, at least for all those countries that celebrate Easter. This is interesting. I think I want to get like my tap lands out of the way. This is untapped whenever I want it. This is tapped unless I draw another basic. I think I just want to get these out of the way rather than telling time. I don't even know what I want to take right now. It wouldn't be an informed telling time. But I better pick up the pace if I'm going to get these games in. Mortivore in the house. He is winking at me. He has the tongue out on his smiley face. And it says in all caps, "Hey, yo!" Alright, well, right off the bat, we're going to battle some vehicles, baby. Bring that speedy, racery little bastard over here. Alright, go get me some, I guess, double white I actually don't need in this deck. But I may as well get it. We already have one white spell. We might need to cast two in one turn if our opponent has a certain sequence and we draw a second white card, like that. Alright. I don't think I want to grasp that thing. I think I'd rather tell time, maybe even declare in stone. But I would want to grasp a vehicle. I don't think I started a private party, so my opponent might be able to hear me. Right. Well, I don't want to get punched by vehicles either. I think I'm just going to do this for now. And then I get a turn playing my tap land. And the next turn I have up Glimmer and Grasp and Telling Time, and we start the draw go part of things. But that'll slow his little speed racer down. Well, he's got more hasty stuff. Happy Easter from England. Thank you, John the Flash. Thank you very much. This is going to be a game where we probably need to find a languish. Our opponent seems to have a proclivity towards tokens. And that engineer can be a pain. But hey, if he makes a whole bunch of Thopters, Declaration Stone's okay there too. Get our 4 mana up. the pressure isn't that bad. Let's see what he does. Second one. Okay, well, I know what I want to declare on, but I'd love to find a languish. So we're going to glimmer, see if we can find a languish rather than use our removal spells on this stuff. He's on 3 lands, so that means we're up against a lot of gas. I want to counter. Counter grasp is okay, but I don't have the right mana for it. Do I want a cancel, basically? No, I don't think so. I think I'll draw some of those eventually anyway, and I don't think it's right. Okay, so we'll go get another black. Probably declare his Thopters. I think I like that. Hold up Grasp Time, and Evolving Wilds with Time, so that's interesting. Alright, let's get those gone. Control's hard. Maybe I should have warmed up, stretched before I exercised. Caravan. Can't crew it. Alright, let's think. We want a Gear Hulk Glimmer. We want to make it really hard for our opponent to crew this. But I want to use a Grasp here on an Engineer. Just saves me 1 point of life. I don't think so. I don't think I do. Arrogant Rabbit wants to know what we are playing today. I added it to the description, but we're on Esper Control. Esper Control. Yes, please. And I'm glad I left the Evolving Wilds up, because I don't really want another land very much at all. So let's shuffle those away. Brainstorm telling time. Alright. Another telling time off the top. So, probably not the right time for Sorin, but probably the right time for Gear Hulk. Hopefully he sends in that caravan. You've got a chief. Sure. Okay. He didn't send the caravan, but the only relevant card could be Fatal Push, which I'm not afraid of. You could also have whatever that indestructible white card is. I don't even know the name of it, but it's a white pump effect. We definitely want Blessed Alliance for the life gain. Get that chief out of my way. Who's the big dog now? Our opponent might have a Unlicensed Disintegration. Ooh! Yeah, that works. So, Unlicensed would be 3 of his mana. That would make it... But he could redirect to Sorin. I don't know. Thinking about if I play Sorin here. I don't think so. I think we just do this. Hi, Nighthawk. I just watched your championship match, so it's still on my mind that... Did I mention that Nighthawk over here is a champ? Anyway, I'll shut up about that now. Minorly insensitive. Not that I care. Can we leave up double black? Yeah, we can. And then I can play this so I have Blessed Alliance up too. But he says, so any new cards grab your eye. A lot of cards grab my eye. I'm trying to think if there's a particular one. I don't know. I was running through in my brain this Sultai Control cycling deck that used the black enchantment and the blue enchantment. May also even have tutelage in there. So those are some examples of ideas I have. Oh, interesting. Did he just tap that? He did. I doubt he meant to do that. Unless he's stream sniping and noticed what I have in my hand. So do we telling time here? What would I want? Okay. Concession. Accepted. We do have to move things along. First win on the board. I'm going to try to accept all the concessions, just because we have to. This series has to go, go, go. We got a lot of decks we want to play, and Amonkhet feels like it's right behind me, right on my butt. There it is. Some of these I have to read like 3 times. When they release that many cards at once, it kind of throws me. But I bet I'll play a card like Forsake the Worldly. I bet cards like that are probably just pretty good. We won't get a Gideon's Intervention. That card seems strange. I don't know. I also don't know about the other Exert cards. Like, is a card like Gustwalker good? I guess with Blessed Alliance you can untap it, and it makes Blessed Alliance an even better card in some of these things. I don't know. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on. Let's see. Target creature. Yeah, there's all kinds of weirdness. There's the Flash Banisher Priest type thing. That's interesting. Probably won't get it because of reasons. I don't know. There's just a lot of different stuff out there. Yeah, on the play. Yep. So blue, blue, and I guess I need black, black, but I need to go black, tap land, blue land, so I have a counter up. Okay, keep. Let's see what our opponent has. Hey Hawk, have you figured out what your -1/-1 counter deck that uses whatever that black enchantment is to make 1/1 Death Touch insects? Have you figured out like what you're gonna put in that yet? Or are there any other pure enchantment jank to catch your eye? Opponent throwing down the Arsonist. Things are getting real. Oh, is it good old Steel and Sack? Steel and Sack deck would probably be disappointed in the selection I offer. The 1-drop red guy, that enchantment, the new red sweeper. Okay, so you have the 1-drop red guy. He has prowess, and anytime that something would deal damage to a creature, it puts -1/-1 counters on instead. So you get that out. You get out the enchantment. It's like called Feast of Scarabs or something, and it says whenever a -1/-1 counter goes onto a creature, that you put a 1/1 Death Touch insect onto the battlefield token. And then the new red sweeper deals 3 damage to all creatures. So for every creature on the battlefield, you gain 3 insects. I guess upon resolution, you're also killing the 1/2 guy, but that effect would be state-based, so that would resolve that way. So you would wipe the board of all little things and have a bunch of insects. All right. Interesting. Opponents on the do-nothing plan. I can approve of this plan. Esper loves opponents on the do-nothing plan. Let's see if do we have a follow-up this turn? Nope. So I want a telling time. I really want to find a Planeswalker or Glimmer is what I'm most looking for. Planeswalker, yep. We'll need to draw the land, and I'll take Scatter, as it just might have a few more applications later in the game than Broken. But we're looking for a land off the top. We run 26. I'm sure it'll be along eventually, especially if opponent stays on the do-nothing plan. Is the enchantment on opponent's creatures or any creatures? I believe it's any creatures. I'm like 80% it's any creature, which is, cool. Wonder if I'm supposed to deck and stone that crap. I don't know. Let's see, where are you, black ridiculous card? Trying to look you up and play Perfect Magic. Nest of Scarabs, there you are. I'm gonna throw a link for you, chat folks, check it out. You can tell me if it's on just my creatures or my opponents. So what am I gonna do? I think I'll just take my draw step. I can wait, I don't have to do anything. Hey, a land, cool. But we're not just gonna spike you yet. No reason to, we can wait. This is a patient deck we're playing. Ember Eye Wolf. Care about you? Man, I've got all these good spells and my opponents are playing all this junk. Alright. Yep. I think what we'll do is this, as much as I don't enjoy it. And this, as much as I don't enjoy that. But let's clean things up, and now I'll just see if I can keep his guys off the board. Might be a little too impulsive. Maybe I'm supposed to wait even longer to make a play like that. Opponent just seems to be doing the most. There we go. He's 5 mana for something. I'll just say no. Yep, that's good. I would love to get to a spot where I can drop Jace and have counter magic up, hence the taking my time. What do you want to do? What's it gonna be? Got the rats. Don't care about the rats. Those don't scare me. Not when I can have a glimmer instead. I'll leave black up though, in case I draw Fatal Push or Grasp. Although I guess I might draw Telling Time too. I don't know. Boom! Hit me. Push Alliance is probably good with what his deck is up to. Push you now. Yeah, I can wait. I don't think I'm gonna play Unraveler this turn. Still can hold. Still can hold for the ideal situation. We now have the mana for Alliance Kicked plus Scatter as well. Another Arsonist. Absolutely dedicated to really lame cards. Death by a million cuts. Blew up, yep. What to choose, says Guts. Guts Jubilee. Jubei? I thought it was Guts Jubilee, which I think would be a pretty fun name. Guts Jubilee. A Jubilee of Guts. Sounds fantastic. A Gutsy X-Men, perhaps. Named Jubilee. Yep, you may not have chose it, but it happened. Perhaps they thought if they did not make a choice. Okay, there's our land, so now we can go Jace mode. And let's see what's up. Nope, don't need you. I guess that's better than an island. Boom, boom, boom. Now, what can you do? I killed his Meld Dream. If he has the 3/3, he just gets the rats back. So, yeah, enters the battlefield, you may return. So, no, I don't think the Dream is dead unless he only has one of those, which, who runs one of those? What madman would only put one of those in their deck? Savage Alliance. Nah. Change his mind. Thermo Alchemist. Right on. Why you don't watch LLR stream right now? Is that the pre-release? A lot of people get really hyped for the pre-release. Maybe I should be watching the pre-release. Might be more eventful than this, right? I don't know. You guys tell me. Do you want me to keep playing, or do you want me to pre-release? Pre-release is like it's a recorded, streamed, sealed event with the new cards, but it's all sealed deck. And Nighthawk says, I never liked it, to be honest. It's fairly stale. I do agree with that to some extent. I can't pay that much attention to it. John says he'd rather watch me. Well, thank you. Okay. Well, we got a few people who are in. I'll get Cole's note, says Stallona. All right. Right on. We'll keep on rolling. The people have spoken. So, Disciple this turn or next turn? I think next turn's fine. We can get, the more land you have out when you Disciple, the better. So we can get this out. We can blow that up. We can pass the turn. We're in a great spot. No need to rush. No need to rush. Esper looking good, looking good. I'm sure that if there are active treasons in my opponent's hand, that he finds this game rather unfun. Sorry about that. I get messages sometimes asking how to make a steel and sack deck a real thing, because there are people who really enjoy it, or how to make it more competitive, I suppose. That's a tall order. Not every opponent you play wants to or has to play with large creatures to win. And that's probably the biggest issue that deck ever has. Has my opponent given up attacking Jace? Nope, they're going to keep attacking Jace. I would too in their spot. I have learned to love this Jace over the last few seasons. At first, I was very unimpressed with him. I thought of him as lame Ob Nixilis, but I think in a control deck, a purist style of control deck, he's just the man, I really like him. I've grown very fond. We can wait a little longer on Disciple. I want to Glimmer this turn, and we'll gas up that graveyard even more. I like Steel and Sack as a secondary strategy, like in Kratz, says Mortivore. Yeah, that was definitely where it was best, where you could just throw a few acts of treason into your Kratz deck, and the opponent had to deal with it. It was pretty awesome. Alright, let's put this in front and see what our opponent has. He probably has removal, but we force him to use it. And then it's not there when Disciple comes down. There's the pause. Savage Alliance we knew about. Interesting. So it would be a really bold play here to say scatter, awaken my vent. And my opponent might not be able to recover, but they do have 4 cards in hand, and I think that's a really aggressive line. I don't think it's a line of control deck should worry about. We already forced him to use a Savage Alliance on his turn to kill a Shambling Vent. I think that's fine. Nighthawk says, with the new cycling Act of Treason and Karizev's expertise, there may be hope somewhere. Hope springs eternal, my friend. Bravo. You're a much more hopeful person in that vein than I am. Opponent's going to pause. Maybe they have something to resolve? No. No resolutions? Alright. Sorin returns. That's a problem. Stop. I'll take another vent. Why not? You just got rid of the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave up a counter magic. Seems good. As you can tell, I'm just in no hurry to spike a card like this. If it's the last card I play, I'm perfectly happy. It's one of those cards that just gets stronger and stronger the more resources that you have. Of course, against our opponent, there's a legit chance he'll just flush bag maraud it. Oh! That was your life. I bet that hurts. My only other 6-drop in the deck, right off the top. Love it. Bang, bang. Weaver of Lightning. Well, it's good to know our opponent has some more creatures in there. They seem a very creature-light strategy for a black-red. Picks Sorin for the attacks. That's fine. Nighthawk says, I'm still waiting for them to play a good card. You and me both. Hasn't been the prettiest. Alright, going up. Take 2. Going up. I'll take that. Sweet. Alright. Dance. Lady in blue. Let's just push. We're up against the discard wall, so I'm just gonna go ahead and push you. So I don't have to discard. And now let's introduce our opponent to the joys of Disciple of the Ring. Their first spell we might straight up counter, depending how much they pay for it. Complete disregard. Weaver of Lightning, targeting Disciple. Okay. +1/+1 will counter the disregard. We will disregard the disregard. Don't even have to make him pay for it. Subtle Strike. Okay. Let's just let's figure out what his plan is. If he has another instant to kill Disciple, he has to play it right there. He doesn't. So I'll take the -1/-1, that's fine. Should have responded to the complete disregard with that. Maybe he didn't know it was going to get countered. Oh, I see how it is. Well. The dance continues. I've never countered 2 spells in one turn with the +1/+1 ability. So some things still get learned in these games. All right, let's do this first. I kill him. Always have to ask myself that with Disciple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 3. Not quite. Now how... Oh! Alright, he's out. We still have to win, though. I think what I can do is I have to pay 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can do this. Target player gains 4 life. Why? Making my Gear Hulk so bad, though. Oh well. Everybody can run and get a drink while I finish this game. The mana for Fog is not available. Although you never know. Maybe he has some way to give it -1/-1 at instant speed. Which I can't think of. I don't think that there's an instant for that. Three more lands, 3 more activations. Exactsies. Man, if he somehow fogs from this position, which, as we know, impossible, but maybe it's like a stainless troll job. Be a story. Be a highlight worth having. Alright, get in there, Lady of the Ring. I think she's been upgraded from Disciple to the Lady of the Ring. Alright, second win. Same as the first, took a little bit longer. Quite a bit worse, but we'll go for another. Arrogant Rabbit, I'm waiting for the day when an open Aether hub just gets you. Yeah, put me on that tilt train. That's the problem with playing Esper Control in this quest for the best, is we might be on Esper Control for a week. I'll be like begging people to beat it by the end. Takes a long time to win. Takes longer to play, just a lot more decisions in general, from early to late. We got a rank 38, gonna take a swing at us. It's got the planar portal sleeves, so it's probably an intense game. We are on the play again. This hand is fine. We don't have double black, that's concerning, but we also don't have any double black cards yet, so maybe we can get away with it for a little while. The deck is... If you look at the deck list, it's all about splashing white. So there's only one plains, for example. So, all right. Gemini has chimed in that that guy is good. Gemini probably plays more games on Xbox than any human in the history of humanity. So I'll take his word for it. And right now we've got green on white. But no plays is promising. Of course, I'd love to draw some draw spells, Planeswalker, or more counters in such a battle. I'm not going to worry about that. Not yet, anyway. It has to enter the battlefield, and I have some tricks up my sleeve. Plus, I have fragmentize in my deck, which, if I draw it, that would be a fine target. Okay, Bant colors... No play. Curious. Battlecry says, that is why we lovingly call Disciple of the Ring simply options. Okay. A Wyvern at flash speed. Not gonna mess with that. I think I'll go ahead and kill it, though. You must have it in there for a reason, and we can still hold up counters. Do your worst. Why does it show the timer running on my side? Sweep away. Puts his own critter on top of his deck. I'm certainly happy with that. Taking back what I said, Gemini thinks he was confused now. Now that we've seen an elemental bond into a thunderclap wyvern into a sweep away, and there's a primal druid. That's not a power of 3 or greater. Unfortunately, that can attack our Blessed Alliance. We may need disperse to intervene. Yeah, primal druid, sweep away, and thunderclap. Elemental bond, just a weird combination of cards for sure. Lands all day. And he does not replay the clap. I just said that. I can't abide by that, can I? Alright. No. I kind of showed him already. I don't want to make the 3/3 though. So we're just going to play it and just assume I'm never going to awaken. I should have broken concentrated it to leave my options open. But at that point, I know I don't want to awaken anything. I never do. Alright, we'll get rid of you so I don't have to worry about the next big things you play. Reported this is a family-friendly stream. Thanks for keeping it in line, moderator Nighthawk. Yep, I said that. Banish me from my own channel. Welcome to the CGB channel without CGB. CGB is gone for having said controversial things while playing video games. A crime so unheard of. Okie dokie. Oh, this is a fun sit around. Yeah, I don't care about you. You don't scare me. In fact, I might just let it hit me a few times because I really don't understand what it's doing in the deck. Yeah, that's smart. Doesn't want to get Blessed Allied. But I can take probably 2 or 3 hits while I see if a Grasp of Darkness is on top. I think that's the ideal way of killing that thing. Well, now we've got an Evolving Wild, so that works too. Second, Griffon. Do I take 6 to declare? I think I do. I think I'll just keep the Evolving Wilds. Works with this, works with Telling Time if I draw it. Oh, hi. You're a pretty good draw too. There's gotta be more flying stuff in here. This has to be. Like, what is this? What is this baloney? Anyway. See what happens. He's got clues. They're multiplying. Let's see. Dead Metals Pine. Hey CGB, sub to your YouTube a few days ago. Glad I could catch you. Thanks for coming by. We're still on the quest for the best, if you've been keeping up with that, and we tagged in Esper Control, which is off to a 2-0 start. Invocation. Good enough for me. Could have dispersed too, but that would take the counter shields down. I like to leave my counter shields up as much as possible. That's why. Let's see, Fatal Push, I take 4, and then I can... You know what? I think I like languish and concentration next turn, so I'm going to allow it. I will allow it. We're going to lose some life, but we've still got a Blessed Alliance in our hand. It's all good. It might make our opponent think that our counter shields aren't as great as we imagine them to be. But I can take 4 here to get the 3 for 2, I guess. Or no, 3 for 2 because of the indestructible. I don't think the land matters right now. All right, let's go keep the black mana flowing. Gotta be patient playing control. Gotta be patient. Can't just get in that habit of reacting when your opponent plays a card. You immediately react because you feel like you have to, or else they win somehow. Pretty common, I see it all the time. Yep. Primal Druid and Invocation of Saint Traft is not a combo I go out expecting to run into. That's for sure. But we've almost got one of my favorite combos ready, which is Torrential Gearhulk, Disperse, and 8 mana. I really enjoy that combo. It's a draw-go player super dream. And we're not there yet, but Glimmer is a welcome addition to the party. There is another lizard. Okay, that's fine. You got it, bro. You can probably Blessed Ally that thing. We know our opponent has Primal Druid and stuff to make Blessed Alliance worse, so we probably want to play it when we can. Leaves us weak to a Guy's Revenge, but we do have the Gearhulk. So, I game 4, you sack. That's good. No reaction? Not this time. But yeah, all set. Congrats. Gracing us with his championship presence. Fragmentize. Not really what I wanted there. Main phase Glimmer? Hit my land, maybe a removal? I think I will. Not something I like doing, but let's go for it. I do need the land. Gonna come in tapped anyway, but I don't know what I'm gonna draw. Might draw a Fatal Push, which makes the island better. So, okay. No dice that time. But next turn it'll get dicey. Incoming Thalia. Our opponent is playing a flashy deck, and by that I mean just a lot of flash cards. So we have to mind our timing. Johnny, I will say no. He doesn't seem to have anything in the form of counter magic, so I reckon plays like that are pretty safe. That's going to come out tapped unless I do something like Jace bounce, but I want to leave my counter shields up, which I have in the form of the Gearhulk, so that's what we'll do. Gearhulk Disperse, assembled. Gearhulk cannot ambush Thalia. It will enter the battlefield tapped, so important to remember that and not try, as it gives away our play. Alright, I'm going to then leave up a blue and a black, and here we go. And let's Glimmer. Yes and yes. Perfect. Thunderclap coming in hot. No lack of the thunderclap. It's a Thundercats reference for anyone missing it. Alright, I'm gonna throw the Gearhulk at him, see what he does. Kill that Thalia. Play that land. Say that go. We have a secret counterspell up in the form of Disperse Gear Hulk, so that's what I'm relying on here. Going to 4 is interesting against a deck with Invocation of Saint Draft, so we'll just have to keep that in mind. Veggies, you got it. Not afraid of more lands yet. Okay. So do I replay it? I basically have a 6-mana counterspell in my hand now. There's a push. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 10. Not quite enough to disciple, plus have a Hulk available. So I think it's a bit of a naked disciple. I don't know if that's any good. But yeah, that's probably pretty good. Good for 1 turn at least. Worst case scenario, we have to bounce it and we fog his Thunderclap. Pulse. Probably Avacyn. Avacyn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I can counter it. Let's see what happens. See how far he wants to go for this. We can at least force him to use so much mana that he can't cast the Avacyn. How bad do you want it? Yeah, Bant Flash Ramp. Bant Flash Ramp, fighting the good fight for sure. Alright, how bad do you want it? Sorceries first, as we have instants that flash back thanks to the Hulk. And countered. Okay. And altered ego. What to do? He's going to copy his disciple, but he's tapped out. Which means I can kill it. Or he's going to copy his wyvern, and I'm going to tap it down. Okay. And we untapped. Seems good. What do we do now? Start there. See what he does. That's what I thought. And go. Interesting that he didn't want to disciple at the ring for his altered ego. That would be pretty hard for me to resist. Gisela. Yeah, okay. There we go. Much better. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd have to pump it twice and it would win. So, yep, attack. Opponent down to 1 card. Pressure is on. But we've got a lot of options. I'm not feeling too worried. We would need a pretty shocking sequence. No blocks? Okay, let's see if we can win. We need 9 mana. We've got 10. And we need 9 instants and sorceries. We have 6. Nope, not this time. There's some stuff we can do to get close, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's go for this. Still got it. Opponent has a play. 2 cards left. And finish. I was gonna also fatal push that wyvern because we now had Revolt, but that'll do it. Poof. I think that was a pretty good game. Backed into the corner little by little. Some people might think I was supposed to be more aggressive, but I don't think so. I think that was pretty good. And that deck, Bant Flash Ramp, I wonder... It was kind of odd, to say the least. Pretty odd build from our opponent. Pretty odd build. Let's see what we got next. We got Green Jesus. What does Green Jesus have in store? CGB, what is your favorite color combination of Control? I mean, if you mean like, for what we're currently doing, I like blue-red a lot. If we're talking all-time or classical, I like blue-white. We have all the colors. Our opponent's mulliganing like crazy. I guess I keep, but this could go sideways. Not gonna pretend otherwise. Hello? Yeah, there we go. Xbox Tough Guy. Did CGB get 60 coins for winning PvP or a daily quest? It must have been a daily quest. I don't think you get 60 coins just for winning anymore. Or, I don't know if you ever did. I honestly haven't paid enough attention to that. I'm just on a whole other gold hoarding level than the average, so I don't even pay attention to what the quests are worth most of the time. Uh-oh, we're on a one-lander. Might have a quick one. And we've got lag. Lots of lag. And that's what happens when things lag. I thought it was maybe 2x coins for Amonkhet release. Maybe. Not to my knowledge. But I also don't follow that stuff very close. Okay, so we've got a super laggy situation and an opponent stuck on one land. Not ideal, but we're Esper, so he's got all day Jesus has to find those lands and cast those spells. And if he does draw those lands and starts casting those spells, we're gonna have a fight, because Everything we have here trades 1 for 1. And he's got at least 7 or 8. Legend has 80k gold? I haven't tried to pay attention to that. I did not realize I was such a loser, but please remember, I also have 62,000, or no, it's 64,000 gold on iOS, so I play there too. I play there a lot more. And there we go, done. Hey CGB, would you try a Dimir Zombies deck for the next deck you try to beat the record? Well, thank you for the suggestion, and I always like deck suggestions. And I'm more than happy to try stuff early in the season. Here at the end of the season, I'm trying to do the decks that, to me, feel the most like how the season went, at least from my perspective. So it's totally subjective, and I get that. But I just don't feel like a blue-black zombie deck is, really invokes Amonkhet or the season that happened in any way. It wasn't a big part of the meta in most places. But I do promise this. There will be a zombie deck in I said Amonkhet, I meant Aether Revolt. There will be a zombie deck when we open Amonkhet. I'm damn sure about that. There are a lot of zombies in Amonkhet to play with. So I think you're going to see that deck soon down the pipeline. You know what I mean? It doesn't have quite the tools yet. I've never been very happy playing it. I've had an okay blue-black zombie deck on a few occasions, but it never felt like better than okay. Xbox Tough Guy says he has 60k in gold, so some people are ready. Some people are ready for this release. All right, that little thing. I'm gonna wait till end step to decide what I'm gonna cast. Should have probably played this island though, in case I draw a blue source for the broken. And it's a relic seeker. I think that's probably a bigger issue. Okay, how do we want to play this? I think we just want to spend the push where we can, or do I want to spend it next turn? We have double black up now. I'll spend grasp now. It's not always easy to have that up. Like, say we draw a telling time here. That little guy can become a pain if we just let him sit there. Blue, that's a very welcome card. Let's see what our opponent has for this turn. Makes any land off the top great. Here he comes. Let's go ahead and give him a little shove. I think I'll save the unmaking. There could be planeswalkers. And we've got a grizzly bear. And we've got another life crafter. Okay, opponent's going ham and going wide. Draw, thank you. So, let's see what our opponent does. I wonder if... No, I can't block with the vent because of the mana. I need another blue and or another white. There's that card, you. And that card. Double it, you. Am I supposed to anguish on make something? Might have to. Although, it's a languish vulnerable board. Let's see, we go down 7, we untap. What do we do? We probably kill something. But if we don't glimmer here, and we just anguish and untap, like we'd probably end up glimmering badly anyway. But we have 4 more life. This is pretty tough. Opponent with a very explosive draw. I think I'm supposed to take my glimmer here, but I may regret this. Fatal Push is good. Goes with the unmaking. It kills 2 threats, leaves him with just 1. That's not a bad day. I don't want to make time to tell time right now. I want another land or a sweeper would be amazing, of course. That's a very bad draw. Do not need more cancels. Of course. Let's push the 3/4 right now, so he can't untap, make a token, if he were so inclined. He is down to 1 card, but we've got to stop drawing bricks off the top. And aid from the cowl. So this has Revolt, and it's an end step effect. The beginning of your end step. Well, that's too bad. But I think I just have to deal with that, right? I can't get rid of that right now. But anguish is my only way to. So if I take 6, then I'm on a 1-turn clock to draw something. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. Gotta do this, though. I think I just have to hope he bricks off aid. That's quite the curve out. Thoughts on Spell Shrivel and Tricolored decks? Not that good. I mean, these decks tend to make the game long, which makes Spell Shrivel bad, and a lot of these counters are needed later. I think I'm really unlucky. This is pretty unlucky. It's got a lot of blue sources. You can see the deck list below. Just think I'm rather unlucky in this specific case, so try not to think too much of it. And I guess we get the blue, but I kind of want the white, because activating the Shambling Vent, but I think it has to be the blue. Just can't be the white in this case. Let's hope he bricks. I just need a turn or 2 of bricks. That's all I need. That's 1. Thank you. No attack. He's scared of the vent. I didn't see I couldn't activate it. That's fortunate. Well, if he's going to play that way, then we can play this way. And hold up the counter. We'll see if he wants to keep playing that way. And we want to start casting these. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. We need to get them out of our hand. I think I just take the 2. I don't think I make him sack it, because aid from the cowl will just, might just get a new creature, or something worse that I can't counter. So I think we just take a bump for a minute. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see if he realizes I don't have the white mana this time. It's the land. He does see it. So, do we take a risk on aid from the cowl? I think we Blessed Alliance without the life gain, or we can just do the life gain. But if we do it without the life gain, he gets Revolt, he gets a trigger, but then it says you may cast, right? You may put it onto the battlefield. Oh crap, that's not good. Okay. So we'll take the bump. That makes my counters a lot worse, so we need to just buy some time. Okay. I think I just play you. And I can kill his guy. I think I'll try it. It doesn't give him Revolt. Revolt has to be on his turn. His deck is low to the ground. I doubt there's something too scary he could flip. Yeah, right. He'll flip Gideon. He'll flip a Johnny. He'll flip something. You know how this is, Nighthawk. Wow. Wow. That's... Or he'll just top deck that. Wow. Son of a... That's crazy. Maybe I was too hasty. I got impatient. He goes for the head. I'd say I'm fortunate there. Even at a low life total, I think drawing cards is how I stay in this game. Even if I have to go to 1 to do it. Plus, he doesn't know about the other alliance. Alright. He's now incentivized to play any creature he draws. So what did he draw? Removal spell? Land? Weird. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Leaves up a counterspell. The problem is, can I afford to counter a removal spell? Not really, right? If I counter a removal spell, any creature off the top wins the game. So I'm thinking about attacking with my Shambling Vent, and if he drew like a Blessed Alliance or something like that, my Vent's shy. But I can't counter a removal spell. So, well, first, let's Ob first. Get an idea of what's happening in our life. Okay. Well, here we go. Can't be too shy. Yippee. Resolved. Ob train going. Off the top, opponent. He's got a creature. Say no to that. It would be really slick if he had sandbagged a creature from last turn that he could also cast and kill me, but I have to assume that's not the case. I don't have a choice. Game's too hard otherwise. Probably no way out. Alright. There's the languish I could have used. Considering what I have, I think I take a turn to counter what he plays and Blessed Alliance. I think that's safer than attacking with the Vent, even though I did it last turn. But now that I have Sorin, I just need to make sure I get through a turn alive. We can turtle back up for a minute. You know what doesn't hit aid from the cowl? Frickin' fragmentize. Which is something I have 2 of in here. Opponent passing. Alright, I'm gonna take the life now. Jace, cool. I might just stay turtled up. We have Ob. Ob eventually wins the game. Yeah, we'll spend another turn in Turtle World. Our opponent's sandbagging cards now, so perhaps tapping a lot of mana to do something like a Planeswalker facing now Fleetwheel Cruiser would be ill-advised. It's easy to assume he has nothing, but that doesn't have to be the truth. Veteran War Leader will be a 1/1. As long as I don't kill it on his turn, that's fine. And I can just deny him drawing anything else. So let's see what happens. Maybe he has an aura for it, something I can take advantage of. Sure. Alright, give me a cheap removal spell. Or some glimmers. Well, that can take care of the aid. That's a big deal. Do I do it now? Yeah, then I can play Sorin. I'm going to have... Okay, so I'm going to untap, I'm going to play Sorin, I'm going to drain the hell out of that War Leader. And I'm going to still have a counter open. Alright. Blue, 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 white. Perfect. And if he has Blessed Alliance, or not Blessed Alliance, if he has Declaration in Stone, we've got the counter spell. Pick it up, and then we're at 6 and not 5. Perfect. Okay. Staying alive, staying alive. To think he could have had Ob off the board, and he went for the life total. I mean, it happens. So am I in a spot that I have to counter that? I feel like I am. If he has something else to crew the cruiser here, so be it, but I'm not dead. If I could pick just one card from Amonkhet to put in Magic Duels, what would it be? Sounds like a trap, like you want me to declare the best card in the set when I haven't played with any of them. It's a good question, though. It's a fun question. Now I've got Gear Hulk. Oh, there's the concession. Okay. People like to blow up my train of thought, but thankfully we got the concession. Nighthawk says Guy's Revenge would be GG. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing I just have to shake your head at when it happens. Can't spend your life playing around a Guy's Revenge, that's for sure. One card from Amonkhet. One card. That's such a trap question. So the obvious answer is I don't know. Haven't thought about it enough. It's one of those things where if I were given that kind of responsibility, I would have to like think about it for all the major decks and what would hose each one the most. I would have to care. I'd really have to care. But you know, I think the one that would cause the most tilts out of new players and existing players alike would be Glorious End. That would be the troll selection. That would not be my selection. Oh, it would be hard for me not to pick Pull from Tomorrow. I really like cards like that. I like cards that reward you for getting to the end game. I hate end games that just die out and nothing happens. Pull from Tomorrow almost makes that impossible. So, I really like Pull from Tomorrow. But if I were picking it based on the meta and how I think things could get better in duels, I'd probably pick Cast Out, just so that, you know, those one of turn 4 Gideon games had a few more answers to them. It's an easily splashable card, perfectly flexible. I think that that would make duels a bit more of a skill game. Yeah, Nighthawk, you do need a lot of gold, dude. Otherwise, it's going to be back to, like, cracking packs for you on stream. Pull from Tomorrow is the big draw spell, D-Man. Pull from Tomorrow is draw X, discard 1, and it's blue, blue X. 2 blue and an X. But I think Cast Out would have the best meta effect, just so that people didn't feel totally helpless in so many cases against Planeswalkers. But God, if I had Pull from Tomorrow, I'd have so much fun. Decks like this would just be even more fun. It's an instant. Roachman says sorcery. I think he means sorcery question mark, but it's an instant. You think you will either get that or the draw 3 enchantment, but not both. There are 2 draw 3 enchantments. One's draw 3, discard 1. It's a trial, and the other is the cycling one. 6 mana to draw 3. All right. We might have a seal alert. On the draw, this hand is slow, but I think it's a keep. We don't lose to turn 4 Gideon. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. We might just get beat down, though. But that's what happens sometimes with counter decks. Wrong hand, wrong situation. Right time to roll to me. Is the set fully spoiled now, asks Roachman. It is. It is a done deal. Here is a link, chat people. And we are 1 drop, 2 drop while we are on the draw with counters. It's called, we got problems. Now we got problems. I don't think we can solve them. Yeah, that's a welcome addition. That's a welcome addition to the hand. Come on, throw an aura on something. Good old 1/2 aura. Okay. Please hit the piker, please hit the piker. Thank you. Save me a point. Away with you. Can't lose. Not like this. Not like this. I don't know. We're on a, what is that? 6-turn clock? We've got counter shields up, but we're on a 6-turn clock. So if we just brick for 6 turns, you will see the end. You know, in fact, we might have to count as 2 losses if we lose to Goblin Piker and such. No, I'm kidding. Nothing would count as 2 losses. Nothing. Not even turn 1 Send Tailhawk. Either way, though, I'm gonna... Oh, God. Now he has no play? My cancels are all dead. Not like this. Not like this. 26 lands. We kept a 3-lander. Let's see what happens. 5 turns to live. Doesn't matter what he plays there. Even if it's like some terrible... Even if it's Goblin Balloon Brigade, we have to use our counters. And yes, thank you. Will those be too good for duels? I don't know if either of those are necessarily good. I definitely don't think they're too good for duels. I think cards like that are just right for duels. I don't care about that card, so we're gonna use this as a Blessed Alliance turn, even though it's only gonna hit an Arsonist. It's the 4 life that we really need. Oh. Okay. Am I being sniped? Or is he just, you know, full of that common sense? But that's fine if he doesn't want to attack. That is fine. Ember Hauler. Yeah, I gotta do something, right? If I sit here and let him build a big board but he doesn't attack when he finally does, it'll be worse. And then I can't cast Blessed Alliance. So I gotta do something? Alright. The 4/3 guy is crazy good. I don't know, man. Dies to just about anything 2 for 1 yourself kind of card. I don't really like that. Let's get this out of our hand. So maybe he won't expect it next turn. We still got Gear Hulk to flash it back. I don't think he has anything to do for 2 white because of the turn he didn't play anything, but we'll see. The turn he played off curve. Alright, hit me. Thank you. Hard to complain about that. There's probably a reprisal in that hand, but we'll see. Goblin Arsonist, not gonna use a counter spell there. Comes the charge. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna get to Gear Hulk anytime soon, so I guess we push. Or we ally. I think we'll ally. See what he keeps. Probably going to keep the flyer, of course. But that buys us even more time. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. I just think it's also... It's an eggs in one basket, and RDW is an eggs in one basket deck, but I don't think that makes it a good card. I think it's one of those trap cards. But we'll see. I'd love to be wrong. We're talking about the 4/3 for 2 mana, one red and one other. When it enters the battlefield, you discard a card. Oh no! Look at that, guys. Mastodon's here. All right, we'll do it like this. You can discard a reanimate target or an embalm, etc. Sounds situational, man. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird card for the deck, right? Wouldn't you rather Cathartic Reunion or Tormenting Voice if you're running some kind of a reanimator combo? Would you run both? It's an awkward card. See, what do I have down there? Just Fatal Push. I might have to play something to make him... I might have to make him sacrifice that thing to a Blessed Alliance flashback? Hate that idea. I really do. But let's go for it. Might be too eager. Might not be the right line. So the best embalm thing you could discard, for example, is that one where you could flash back the 6/6 trampling worm 2 turns later. That might not be abysmal. There's enough synergy that it could be a good card. It's obviously not very good on its own. So it's a synergy deck player. I think you would agree with that, right? Does that make sense? When people say that card is really good, you can either mean it's like a synergy deck player or that card is really good. My brain automatically goes to the latter, where a card on its own, like Obnixilis, does a lot of stuff. Torrential Gear Hulk. All you have to do is have instants in your deck. It's not asking much. That card is definitely a card that... or don't let me pause, whatever. Okay, no attack. Sure. Glimmer. All right. And you. Okay. Is it an auto-include in Madness decks? I don't think so. It's kind of a weird playoff curve, but it depends on your Madness cost. If everything's Madness 1, it's fine, right? Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's a strange card for what you call vampires. What the hell? What's happening here? Well, who knows what's coming along for that particular ride. Poonweaver's ready. Ooh, yeah. Poonweaver Giant off the top. Dig it. Poonweaver Giant. Lots of thought going into this attack. I would definitely trade my planes right now for that 4/1. And he's going to pause me on my Glimmer, but you don't have any instant speed effects. The two best madness cards are 1 mana, and so by that are you meaning the burn cards? Because, you know, maybe in like a madness burn, that's not necessarily a vampire deck. You're talking about the right things. Perfect top of the deck there. Can't ask for better. Languish is interesting. But if we clear the way, we win. So let's clear the road. If Boonweaver had First Strike and Lifelink, I'd run him. He has whatever you want. You get to get an aura out of your deck. Jokes. People will use that guy if he's in duels. The question originally was, is he too good for duels? I think absolutely not. I think he'd have a better home in duels than he would in constructed, but that remains to be seen. I think that card would be a great addition for duels. Definitely not too powerful, just right. You know, he'd get played, and that's what's important. Cards that get printed and never played, that's what's sad. That's the kind of thing that's like, okay, somebody put a lot of work into making this card design. Sometimes they don't, right? Vanilla cards, I don't feel bad if those don't get played. But let's take a card like that new enchantment that ramps 1 turn and gets a flood counter and lets you draw a card the next turn, right? Cards like that, they might never get played in Standard. That makes me sad. But you give it to duels, I guarantee it'll get some play somewhere. So, same thing with this 4/3 Minotaur that discards a card. There's a chance he'll never get played in Standard or in constructed formats, but it would definitely get some time in duels. So, they should put it in. They should put it in. Cards need to get played, man. They need to get played. Nobody wants to go to the island of misfit cards where nobody loves them. Disciple and Tutelage. Yeah, those are good examples. Disciple is definitely a good example. All right. This hand kind of got us in trouble last time, but like I said, I keep these. I absolutely keep these. A turn 3 counterspell means we can't get planeswalked out of the game, and there's a lot of live draws in our deck to deal with creatures that resolve, so. All right. I guess it's you. What's the Masswrath Planeswalker? The Masswrath Planeswalker looks like it has an evil ultimate if we get it from Amonkhet. Who's Masswrath? Masswrath Planeswalker. He's probably talking about Liliana if he means like a massive Wrath of God effect. I don't know. D-Man says that's the best part about duels. Cool cards that are a little underpowered get to shine in duels. All right, so we're just playing land go. I got a land for that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna Blessed Alliance. I want less cards in my hand, so that when I glimmer, I don't have to discard. Okay. So if he glimmers here, I'm gonna counter it. It's something I do that I don't think everyone does, but I counter glimmers, especially when not much is going on. Let's see if my opponent feels the same way when I go for this one. Pause. Okay. My opponent feels the same. That's fine. Our hand's good. Got double black. I guess we want our single white here. You gotta revamp your Team Merge deck and try to make it Amonkhet competitive? Nah. Maybe Nighthawk will come up with that one for me. Are there any really good answers to vehicles in the set? There's actually a number. There's a good amount. There's a lot of things that destroy an artifact. Manglehorn. There's a red sorcery that I can't think of the name of without looking, and I don't want to look away when I'm holding up counter magic. There's the green cycling instant that destroys target artifact. There's the white destroy target artifact or enchantment that cycles. I think both of those are legit. Opponent's hitting land drops, I'm not. That's bad. We need that shit to end. We need to draw more land. I bet they have less lands in their deck than me too. Tilts me so much. Yep. Tilts me so much. Well, so win the control mirror, you just hit like about 3 more land drops than your opponent. So we've already lost the game, but we're gonna see what we can do. If they have 5 lands in hand, then yippee. Hey, that's a welcome addition. I have 1 card I'm willing to discard, it's this one, but after that we're gonna have to make a move. Nice. Brawl, sure. Don't care. Thank you. Now what? Opponent. Someone's got move. Not him. Fun. And we've hit our land pocket. That's helpful. Thermo Alchemist. What does that mean? I guess that means I have to move. How shall I move? I guess we unmake that since we have a fragmentize sitting around. Yeah, that's fine. I also have 28 life. Maybe I don't have to move. I have so many ways to kill it that I could draw. But I also have that. But Baral's out there too. Yeah, I'm gonna wait 1 turn. Well, let's see what we draw. If it's a land, that would be great. Thank you. But it's a tap land. Okay. He gets to loot per counter as well. Yeah, I know. Okay, he wants to catalog. That's fine. He forgot to use his alchemist. That's interesting. He discards Fiery Temper, so he's a madness deck. Alright, so with that on the stack, do I want to do anything? Since he's going to start going upstairs. We want to force some action. That I am sure of. This will get countered. This won't do anything. I guess we just don't want to lose that much life, right? So we'll go like this. What do you want to do? Unsubstantiate. Targeting. This. Okay. That doesn't bug me much. Okay, that's trying to resolve. Let's try it again. No, we'll leave up the counter magic now. He's gonna try to burn me, but we've got a lot of life to play with. And I know what I want to do for my next 2 turns. So taking a few burn spells isn't gonna hurt my soul too much. Still not willing to attack. Oh, let's try this again. Good. Alright. Telling time's okay. Opponent definitely scared to let the counter shields down, but now he's gonna tell his own time. Sure. Mm-hmm. So how do we want to do this? We can put the vent in front and make him do something about the vent. And we can fight a double counter war over that, so I think I like it. And then resolve Sorin, so I think that's fine. Maybe he just wants to trade? That would be fine too. I would take that trade in a heartbeat. Am I seeing this right? We don't get a new Bolus Planeswalker this set for Dark Intimations, asks Arrogant Rabbit. Yeah, you saw that, right? Surprise! No Bolus. Alright, I will try to tell some time. Nice. Doesn't have a target. Doesn't mean it's not great to have, though. Try getting rid of you. Works. Okay. Starting to wonder if his hand is all fluff. But we've got the same gambit. We can run it again. I never stop believing when I play Control that time is on my side. Thermo. Yep. Fine by me. Another land. To make or not to unmake? I'll decide on my turn. Maybe I'll draw a grasp or something. That's fine too. Sure. That's interesting, isn't it? Tough spot. Yeah, I'll take this route. Opponent very, very thoughtful. Double pausing. And exiled. He might have been setting me up to just punch me with his femoral if he has a really good read on my hand. I don't see how he could, other than, you know, sniping. Alright, he's gonna go for it. That makes me wish I had that Declaration in Stone back. Why don't I ever remember Rise from the Tides? But it's true, I never remember that card. Alright. See him counter me. Torrential Gear Hulk. I'm being asked if I have an account on Steam. Of course not. Alright, away with you. There's some zombies. He's tapped out. What am I gonna do? I probably need to start using my mana. What's the best way? Well, declarations are down there. 2 languishes are in the deck, though. Let's start with killing one of these. I don't know why I always forget about Rise from the Tides, but I do. It's a bad habit. Okay, what's the best way back into the game? We can exile you for 3 life. I think that's a given. So I'm going to start there. Now what do I want to do while mana... What do I want to do here? I can't do anything else and hold up counters, but activating a Shambling Vent and putting it in front of one of these things isn't bad. If he taps out like that, though, he might be low on counters, which maybe I shouldn't be holding up counters anymore when I'm this far behind. Sorin can buy me a turn. I guess I'll make him deal with my Shambling Vent? He didn't last time. Alone can, like, off the table. Sorin plus, he kills it. Not that great. Okay, I'm just gonna pass. Or do I Gearhold Glimmer here? He might have Chandra or something just so lethal to follow up with. But he used the Gearhold for a counterspell, so he doesn't have another counterspell. He doesn't have another counterspell yet, so let's see if we can surprise him. If he draws it, I'll be very sad. This is a toughie, isn't it? Okay, here we go. What's the play? I think I try to Glimmer into a solution. Think so. I mean, those help. Those help a lot. So I'll take them. They really cut his army down to size. I guess we'll make the most life block. He might be able to trade here with some kind of a bolt. That's fine though. Interesting. That's not how you flip it. I think that was a mistake. And okay. Got to rank 38 without knowing how to flip his funeral. Happens. There's the lightning axe, so that's what he planned to do. Does he have a temper as well? He does. So he'll go to the face with that. We'll be on the ropes, but I think we could be okay. As long as we don't let him do that again. I think we could be okay. It also means he may not have a way to kill the vent. What would those last 2 cards be? I guess we'll find out. Alright. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 1, 3. Gotta leave the right things open. That'll do. And let's pick at the army. Or do we? Yeah, we do. We don't want something like an unsubstantiate or a counterspell to blow out our comeback effort, do we? He's attacking me. Let's be mana efficient. Although I gotta be careful. Double Firecraft would be bad. But I think putting a vent in front of something is the riskier line here. Going to 5 though. It's not Firecraft range. Let's see what he can do. Leaves up the counter shield, so Collective Defy. Yep. Maybe he has Insidious Will to counter it or copy it. He's going to wheel his hand. So he doesn't like his hand. I think that's worthy of getting your concentration broken. Kind of sends a message. Alright, let's do some stuff. Drain another one. I'll defend with the vent. And the Fatal Push. Rise from the fucking tides. Yep, he got another one. So we have 2 languishes. We have to find one. Interesting. He either top-decked that, or he was willing to discard it to Defiance. I can't believe he would discard it, so he top-decked that. That or he's just on the other level from me. And he's looking at it a long time. Is it languish? It's not languish. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I take 10. But I guess we make him attack right. But looks like I lost this one, and probably because I didn't give the right value to Declaration in Stone. Because I just didn't think that it was a Tides deck, because I always forget. Okay. That's kind of important. 1, 2. All the rest? It's with people attacking planeswalkers these days. And he leaves one back for no apparent reason. Interesting. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I go to 9, and then there's 7 coming at me, so I kill 2. Okay. Why can't people ignore planeswalkers? I don't know. Something in their mind. Doesn't pause me. D-Man says, really? Are we going through this again? Yeah, apparently every game. Can we draw the languish? Nope, we cannot. Rats. But this one's on me. It's one of those things. I just never, ever think of Rise from the Tides. Never. Just doesn't occur to me. So I always get blindsided when they finally throw it at me. But good job to my opponent. Puts our first loss on the board. So we're at 6-1 here at the end. And yeah, you guys enjoy your weekend. I'm going to call it for today. I like going out on a win, but I just don't feel like really throwing my head against the wall right now. A little brain drained. I've been at this 112 minutes of Esper Control. There's only so much a man can take. But we'll be back later. Oh, we got a message. Let's see. Message was just GG. GG from the opponent, which I agree with. Probably a pretty good draw there on that Rise from the Tides, but that or he might have leveled me. You never know. All right, all. I will see you around. Thanks for tuning in.